Hey guys, it's Sam. Just wanted to put a quick video together for you to talk through the pre-purchase analysis for the 26 2nd Street project in Greenville. I'm going to go through the report. You will get this report in your email along with the spreadsheet that I'm going to talk through that kind of outlines the different investment options for this deal. I will have the 300 Elizabeth Street pre-purchase analysis as well as that breakdown coming here shortly, but wanted to get this one to you as quickly as possible as this closing date is right around the corner, and we want to make sure that we secure the funds for that in advance. So I'll jump right into it. So this is the property in current state. Obviously needs quite a bit of work. Address there, 26 2nd Street in Greenville. If you have done any research on the Greenville market, it is a great up-and-coming market. It's one of the fastest growing markets in the country. So we will go over the property overview, options and analysis. Those are disposition options, whether that's wholesale, buy and hold, or fix and flip. We can go through all three of those at a high level, but for our purposes, we are going to be focused on the fix and flip side, disposition option here. But it's always great to have second and third options for disposition. Cover the budget as far as the rehab goes, scope of work, and talk through some comparables. Here's the property overview. Again, a single family home. We have it as a 3-2, 1,300 square feet. Now, it currently is we'll say a 2-1 with an extra living space upstairs in the attic. We intend to go up there and put a closet in the living space upstairs and make that officially a third bedroom, as well as put in another full bath downstairs. There is potential to finish out the other half of the attic to add about 160 square feet, but we haven't determined whether or not we're going to do that yet. This sale price, this is actually the purchase price that we're purchasing at, and this purchase price has changed. This is now $34,000, not $36,000, like the report says here. So we'll just need to get that updated. The ARV on this one, this is, I believe I told you guys, we have is more of a contracting consultant that works with us and puts this report together for us. But they have the ARV at 160, and I think that's a very doable ARV. However, I want to temper expectations and just be conservative with the ARV. Again, this is a very doable ARV. I think there's upside beyond the 160, but this particular property is not necessarily on the flips in this area haven't, I'll say, gotten to this block or this street. It's that specific as far as locations go, street by street. This is a couple blocks over from houses that are selling in the 200s and in the 300s, but they're not quite there yet in this particular block. So that 160, again, is very doable. I think there's upside there, but I want to temper that. And my personal opinion, I think the ARV on this one is right around 140 to 145. And I think that's a conservative estimate. Again, not going to be surprised if it sells for 160 plus, but I just want to let everybody know on the front end that, that 140, 145 range is still a really good deal. Okay, so market rents in the area after the repairs are done. Again, on this one, I'd say it's anywhere from $1,150, $1,200 to $1,400. Putting in that second bathroom and finishing out the bedroom upstairs is going to help us get closer to that $1,400 a month in rent range. But again, we're looking at this as a flip versus a rental. So that's just kind of good information to have in case there were something to happen and we just had trouble selling it and we ended up having to cash out refi, pay investors back and hold it as a rental, or come to a different agreement as far as a long-term hold, or until maybe we hold it until the spring or something like that. Again, not the first option. Don't expect that to happen, but want to have this information in there just as a FYI in case that is the case. Estimated wholesale value at $45K. We actually had it on contract to sell at at 51. But the buyer came back with some erroneous fees that we didn't agree with. And, we're excited about the potential upside on this one. So we went ahead and decided to buy it ourselves and flip it. Estimated reno cost at $60K. Again, we'll go into more detail here momentarily, but you can see the overview with the new HVAC, siding, roof, and everything that you see here, adding the full bath downstairs, and it does need some landscaping outside. We have checked the plumbing main and sewer out, but we are getting an official inspection on that one just to make sure that we don't have any surprises. However, we do have a 10% miscellaneous expense factored into that reno cost. So if something does pop up with one of those, we do have that cushion in there. Subjective items, again, we do have the potential to finish out the other half of that attic, but that's kind of TBD. That would be another $8K on top of that 60, so that's 68. Okay, options and analysis. Like I said, wholesale, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and flip this one, buy and hold. You can read through this on your own if you like. It kind of goes into a little more explanation of the area, why it's an up-and-coming area, and a great place to buy and invest. So, as far as the flip goes, again, I think that ARV is right around 140 to 145 on the safe side, with potential of a pretty good upside where there's 20 to 30K. I wouldn't be surprised if we sell it in that range, but based on some of the comps in the area, they came up with an approximate square footage of 120 to 165 a square foot, which that's quite a different range. And again, it's a quickly developing area, but this street in particular, it's kind of on the front end. We'll be one of the first folks on this particular street actually coming in and doing a full rehab. There have been some wholesales in the area that have sold in the low 100s. I'll say, right around the 100, 110 mark, where they're just coming in and putting paint and maybe some flooring in there and turning around and selling it. But we're looking to go in and do some upgrades and finish the whole thing, add some square footage, whatnot. So we'll get into the comps here shortly as well, but you can go through that and give that a read. Here's the renovation budget. Obviously the roof is going to be a big one as far as the expense goes. Some plumbing work, electrical. We don't expect to have to go in and rewire the entire house, but a house of that age, there is going to be some stuff that we have to correct. Does need a new HVAC system, but that's not a terrible price to put in all new HVAC and duct work. Drywall, and then a lot of your standard kind of rehab stuff here. We will have to frame out a second bathroom, upgrade the existing bathrooms. The kitchen will be upgraded, all new fixtures, landscaping outside. There's just some overgrowth around the driveway in the back of the house, so it'll need to be addressed. Here I put a request in to give us a quote on CFS, cement fiber siding. It's just a nicer, higher quality siding than vinyl. That said, the current siding looks to be asbestos siding, which you can cover as long as you don't disturb. So I'm not sure. I'm not a contractor myself, so I don't know exactly the ability to cover the existing siding with the CFS. I think it will look a lot nicer than the vinyl, but if vinyl is the most cost-effective way to get new siding and cover up that old siding, then that's what we'll do. And obviously it's the entire house, so it's pretty pricey there. Flooring, we're going to refinish the hardwoods that are in there, and then in the bathrooms we'll put in the LVP. Some dumpster demo type expenses, clean it up, and then obviously treat it for pests before we list and sell it. And then you'll see down here this R&R management fee. That is he's our general contractor, but he manages a number of crews and teams, and he basically is our boots on the ground in the area, manages the entire project for us. He is an expert in the field. He's been doing this for quite some time. I think we mentioned in previous conversations he worked for a hedge fund and was doing upwards of 20-30 jobs a month for this hedge fund in the area. And luckily we were able to scoop him up because he was tired of working for those guys, and they were just cutting corners and didn't like the way they were working. So we've got him on our team now, and it works great. We pay him. He is the eyes on, gives us we have a weekly meeting with him every Monday to give us status reports, as well as we check in with him regularly throughout the week as well. So that's his fee. And then, as I said earlier, the miscellaneous unforeseen cost at 10%. And with that $60K, I didn't include the management fee on there, so it actually is up there around $67K. And this is Rob, is the guy's name. This is his company, Classic Renovations. And this just goes in, gives you some pictures so you can kind of see what we're looking to do in the kitchen: paint cabinets, replace counters, replace appliances. And I'll let you just scroll through there on your own and kind of see what we are looking to do, the current state, and it'll give you a pretty good idea of the rehab that we are that's going to take place. I think I may have already sent this over to you guys, but you'll be able to scroll through that. I'm just going to get through this real quick and get down to the comps. Okay. All right, so as you look through this, just keep in mind that a lot of the sales in this area are folks, they're either buying them as rental properties as is, or they're coming in and doing the same thing that we're doing. So some of these comps are going to be before rehab, which you'll be able to tell based on the price point that we're buying it at. I mean, the good thing that you're going to see is that we're buying it at a price point lower than most of the folks that are coming in and rehabbing are. So that makes it a nice, secure investment. But on the low end, there are comps, and this is the square footage down here. We're over here at 1140, potentially going to be closer to 1300 if we finish that attic. But on the low end, selling at 75K, and that's a 2-1. Again, we're going to make it a 3-2, and then you can see over here the major upside, which the houses that are selling in the 300s are closer to, I'd say, not quite half a mile away, but it's coming. It's headed this way. So we don't expect to get this price point, but you can see over here the average is 171 when you combine the comps. So we expect to get up in this area, but like I said earlier, let's be conservative and say that that ARV is around 145. But you can see and scroll through here, this is the actual property, the 26 2nd Street. But you can scroll through here and kind of see some of the comps. This is the one I was talking about that they wholetailed. We actually looked at this option, but we think with that upside that it's worth going in and doing that extra work and seeing if we can't score some of that, the higher 100 price range buyers versus trying to, come in and do minimal work and turn around and sell it. Same here. And you're going to see quite a few like this. Again, buying as is, or putting just a little bit of work into it. Here's some more that are up in that 140, 150 range. You see 0.2 miles away. This one's a couple hundred square feet smaller. Again, it's a 2-1, so expect to add some value there. And you keep going. Here's one that's 335. You see that's right around the corner. So again, we thought about buying this one and holding it for a year and then flipping it, but we're looking to do volume. So we just want to keep them rolling, keep them turning. So that's just an overview. Again, I'm not going to go through every single comp. I'll let you do that. The next thing that I want to get into is talking through some dollars and cents here. and a few of the options that we want to present to you guys. So